When you look at a digital photo, what do you see? Maybe a vacation, your pet, a family gathering, or just something interesting you wanted to remember. But your device may see more than the picture itself. A digital photo can also contain information about that photo. When it was taken, how large it is, information about the camera, and sometimes even where it was taken. That information has a name. Metadata. Today on Zyber, we're going to look at what metadata actually is, why your photos have it, what it can reveal, and what really happens to that information. When you share a picture, no paranoia, no every photo is tracking you, just clarity. Metadata sounds complicated, but the basic idea is actually very simple. Metadata means data, data about data. Think about a photograph you might keep in a box. The picture itself is the main information, but maybe someone wrote a date, a location, or a person's name on the back. That writing isn't part of the picture. It's information about the picture. Digital files can work in a similar way. You see the photo. Your device can also see information associated with that photo. So a simple way to remember it is the picture is the content. Metadata describes the content. Now this might sound like a privacy problem, but metadata wasn't invented to secretly spy on you. A lot of it is genuinely useful. Imagine having thousands of photos on your phone. Metadata can help your software understand and organize them. When was this picture taken? What are its dimensions? What order should these photos appear in? And if location information was recorded, where was this picture taken? That's how photo apps can sometimes organize pictures by date or display vacation photos on a map. Metadata helps turn a giant pile of image files into an organized photo library. So what information can actually be associated with a photo? The important word here is can. Not every photo contains every type of metadata. Depending on the device, the file, your settings, and how the picture was created. Metadata can include things like the date and time, image dimensions, camera or device information, camera settings, the image's orientation, creator or copyright information, a caption or description, and potentially location information. You usually don't see all of this when you're simply looking at the picture, but some of it may still be associated with the file. Location is probably the metadata people find most surprising. Your phone can use location services for its camera. When that feature is enabled, location information can be associated with the photos you take. That's why you might open your photo app and find a map, showing pictures from a vacations or places you visited. The location doesn't have to appear anywhere inside the actual image. There doesn't need to be a street sign or recognizable building. The information can be associated with the photo separately, and that leads to an important question. If you send that photo to someone else, are you also sending the location? The answer is not necessarily, and this is where we need to be careful. You may have heard warnings online that every picture you post automatically gives strangers your exact GPS location. That's too simple. What happens to metadata depends on several things. The device that created the photo, your settings, whether the image was edited, how it was exported, and most importantly, how you shared it. Some services may remove or change certain metadata. Others have settings that control whether location information is included when sharing, and sending someone the original image file may behave differently from posting that image through another service. So the important lesson isn't every photo exposes your location. It's a photo can contain location information, so understand what you're sharing. Here's where things get interesting. Imagine you remove all of the location information from a photo. Does that mean the picture can no longer reveal where you were? Not necessarily, because there are two different things we need to think about. There's information attached to the photo, and then there's information inside the picture itself. Maybe your photo shows a street sign, a school name, a recognizable business, a license plate, a famous landmark, or something else that identifies the location. You can remove location metadata, but that doesn't remove the location from the picture. Sometimes, the photograph itself says more than the metadata ever could. There's another misconception worth clearing up. Metadata isn't necessarily a permanent digital fingerprint. Some metadata can be changed, some can be removed. Editing or exporting a picture may alter information associated with it. Different apps may handle metadata differently, and some information may have been added manually. So finding something in metadata doesn't automatically mean you've uncovered some unquestionable secret record. Metadata describes a file. That doesn't mean every piece of metadata is permanent or impossible to change. You don't need special cybersecurity software to start understanding this. Your phone's photo app can usually show you basic information about a picture. Depending on your device, you may be able to see things like the date, the image size, camera information, and whether location is associated with the photo. Modern phones and photo services also provide controls for managing location information. The exact buttons will vary depending on your device and app, but the important part is simply knowing that those controls exist. The next time you take a picture, open its information screen. You might be surprised by how much your device knows about that one photo. So should everyone immediately turn location off for their camera? Not necessarily. Location information can be useful. It can help organize your photos, let you search for pictures from a particular trip, or show you where memories were created. This isn't about telling you which setting you should choose. It's about understanding what that setting does. If you like having your photos organized by location, you may decide to keep it. If you don't want location associated with your pictures, you can look at the controls available on your device. The important part is making that choice knowingly. Photographs are only one example. The bigger lesson here is something you'll see throughout technology. Data can have data about it. A photograph has metadata. Documents can have metadata. Videos can have metadata. Audio files can have metadata. Even email uses metadata to help describe things like who sent a message and when it was sent. Most of the time, this information is useful, but understanding that it exists helps you make better decisions about the files you create, keep, and share. The next time you look at a photo, remember, you're seeing the picture. Your device may be seeing something more. A date, a camera, a description, maybe a location. Metadata isn't something you need to fear. It's simply another layer of digital information worth understanding. Because sometimes the most interesting information in a file isn't the part you can see. Before we finish, I want to mention something a little different. Today is going to be my last Zyber video for a while. My OPT is coming to an end, and because of that, I won't be able to continue posting new videos to Zyber after today. I've genuinely loved getting to build this channel, research these topics, and hopefully make cybersecurity feel a little easier to understand along the way. And to everyone who has watched, supported the channel, or learned something from one of these videos, thank you. I don't know exactly what the future of Zyber looks like from here, but I'm incredibly glad I got the chance to make it. And whether or not there's another video waiting next week, the message behind this channel stays the same. So, for the last time for now, cybersecurity doesn't have to be scary or complicated. Here in Zyber, we show you how to make it simple, practical, and even a little fun. Stay smart, stay secure. This has been Z. Till next time.